Hey guys, this is Dan Dam. I just finished my ProPanel training last week, and I just figured out how to create Hoffman parts in ProPanel so they can be hopefully easily reusable and easily accessible. So I'm going to try to document how I did that. Probably going to be a lot of bumps and turns along the way because this is only the second time I'm ever going to have done it, but I figure try to cement it in my own memory and document this for my own uses, and then maybe somebody else can use it as well. So I checked Power BI, and in our sales data, one of our customers regularly uses this nVent Hoffman panel and this enclosure and this panel. So I'm going to go ahead and walk through the entire process. So I'm on Hoffman's page. I'm going to go to this panel. I believe I'm already logged in. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try to download that STP file. Now I want to go grab the panel. So let's get that catalog number and search for it. This should be the back panel. So let's see. Let's do Control F, Control V, and find it. Click on that one. And we'll get that step file as well. So I'm going to grab these and copy them into my folder that I'm going to be working out of. Extract everything. Sorry, I'm doing some of this on my other monitor, but like I said, some ups and downs, some bumps and bruises while we do this. So I'm just going to get everything into the same folder. Okay, here we go. So I now have my two STP files, one for the enclosure, one for the back panel. So let's jump into ProPanel and see what happens. So this is the last one I created. I'm going to delete that. And I'm working in this macro space. So I'm going to make a new, let's see, I want to do an import of a layout space, a step file. And then I need to go find the one I'm working on, which should be, I'll do this one first because it's going to be simpler. At least I hope it's going to be simpler. So let's start working on this. First things first, let's just rename it with the Hoffman catalog number. Let's see if I can remember all the steps. So we're going to want to define the function definition. This is a back panel, an enclosure, and I got to do a little bit of hunting around here. I think it's going to be an accessory, housing accessory, mounting panel. Okay, so I define the function definition, so it should know that. I'm going to change this to be the catalog number, just to help in the future, so I get a description. So now Eplan knows that this is a mounting panel. Inside of this mounting panel, I'm going to generate mounting surfaces, and I'm going to define how I want the placement area. And I believe I want the placement area to be the back. So we're going to place this down into the panel on the back. And then I need to figure out if this is the front mounting surface or the back mounting surface. I'm not super great at that, but I think this is the back. So we want to tell it that. So we're going to tell it it's a mounting panel back. And this one, I believe, is the front. I can double check that by rotating it a little bit. Yeah, that definitely looks like the front. So we'll change that and tell it is a mounting panel front. So now I have mounting surfaces defined. I'm going to want to define my field size. So this wasn't super clear to me what this was when you are when I did the Eplan training, but Pruno just helped me understand. Basically, this is the size. This is like the very outside dimensions that you're going to use if you're trying to put this object into like a CNC to cut it, like to automatically cut the cutouts for, drill holes, etc. So we want to grab these red lines and move them to the very outside edges of everything. Basically, these are going to be like your potential reference points, is my understanding. So I'm just capturing the outside edges, and then it tells me I need to hit space. You can see in this little tooltip help thing, it says select and move contour line, end with space. So I'm going to hit space to end it. So I've got mounting panel back, mounting panel front, and now it has this little icon to say, I think that icon says the field is activated, but I have a field size on that one. This one I can't put a field size on because it gets the same field size as the front one. So I think that's done for now. So let's import the other one. Okay, so I'm going to do a file, import, layout space, step file. And this one's going to be a lot messier because I actually have not done this yet. I assume there's going to be a lot more like components in this step file that I'll have to unite together. And this is where I have to start making some decisions about how much detail do I want to give my designers. Okay, so it's here. I'm going to just real quick rename it so I can know what I'm referencing. Call it that. All right, so as you can see, it has all of these logical items that are all the many different components. I think that most of those are going to be these little latches. So what I'm going to do is hide the enclosure components and then look at this thing from the top. And I think what I want to do is grab all of the door, everything that is the door, and unite that. I don't know for sure if that's a good idea or not. What I just don't know enough about Hoffman enclosures. But are these considered accessories from Hoffman, where I could have like this same panel catalog number, but then different like latches or a different latch configuration? I really don't know, but I'm going to assume not. For now, we'll just keep it simple. So I'm going to take all of these components and unite them. So click edit, and then I have to define a handle somewhere. I'll just pick a point. I was told that this handle point doesn't really matter. we shall see. So now I have a lot fewer parts in my component here because I united all these latches and all the hinges and everything. Now I'm going to hide. Well, I guess I should double click on this to bring it all back into focus, and then I'll hide the door. And then I'm going to select all of this and unite this. Again, I have to give it a handle, so I'll try to choose like the bottommost point. So now I'm down to 2 logical items. I need to tell ProPanel what those logical items are. So this is a door. So again, kind of like what I did with the back panel, or same thing I did with the back panel, to give it a functional definition. And I want to go into mechanics, enclosure system. No, sorry, I think it's in accessories, housing, door. So that's a door. Great. And maybe I should put the catalog number in there as well. I think that's a good idea. So let me just grab this catalog number, go into properties of this. This might be overkill, I don't know, but I think for me this is what makes the most sense. So now I'm going to go to the housing, and I believe this is a body. So I want to go to here, and I'm going to go to system accessory, housings. Don't know. Maybe it's not a body. These are all like the individual pieces. Maybe it's enclosure system, enclosure, body. Okay, I think that's a body. So I'm going to hit OK. Oh, and I wanted to put this item description in there just for my own help. If I go look at the one I just finished, I think it's similar. So I have a door and a housing. Okay, cool. So now, same thing I did before, I need to create these mounting surfaces. So I'm going to right click and generate mounting surfaces and generate mounting surfaces, and we'll just check all these. So if I look at just the door, I got 2 mounting surfaces. I don't know which one's the front and the back. That's obviously the back. So we'll edit this one and tell it that this is not a mounting surface, but actually a door inside. Okay, and then this one is the front. So we'll do the same thing, change the mounting surface item to door. Is there a door outside? Door outside. Okay. Okay, now we'll do the housing. So let's see. It looks left panel outside. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Cover outside. Ooh, I don't know about that. You know what? I think I might have messed up. So let's do this. I'm going to put I think I might have skipped a step. I want to define the placement area. So it's standing on the bottom, right? Standing up like I would expect it to. And now I think if I generate, oh shoot, let's see, I might have to delete all these mounting surfaces because I think they're all messed up. So like, for example, the floor, that's not the floor. So let's see, delete. Can I do this in delete? Yes. Now we will generate mounting surfaces. Let's see if that works. So now I'm going to say cover would be the top, floor outside, floor inside. I guess it's probably not going to help me. Rear panel outside. That looks like the back. Cover outside. That looks like the top. Right. I guess it's hard to tell the difference between top and bottom, but Now if we look at the cover outside, that should be the top. Okay, so we'll do left side outside. That's the left side. Okay, cool. So that's good. Now this gets a little bit tedious, but just got to go ahead and do it, I think. We're going to do the field sizes now for all of these edges. So like I said, it gets a little tedious, but I'm recording this for me, not just for entertainment. So let's do it. So again, I'm trying to capture all of the very outside edges with these 4 red lines. That looks good. So I'm going to come down here and do this one. And this one I want to actually put on the outside edge of the lip. So I think I'm good on that. So once I do the outside, I really should have made myself a script. So what do we do next? Next, we need to figure out where we're going to mount this panel to, which I believe these panels get mounted on these standoffs here. So we want to make a base point. And so we're going to try this. So we're going to tell it it's on this surface. And I think I'm going to have to manually move this, but we'll just try our best. So we're going to look at the front and zoom in on that standoff. And then it's going to snap here, but I'm afraid it's going to tell it it's in the back. So I'm going to choose this user supplementary point 1, which there's a whole bunch of base points. I haven't really looked at them all. Housing exterior, housing interior. Yeah, I really don't know, but I'm going to do user supplementary point 1, and then I'll put a label on it. So we're going to say bottom left interior standoff for mounting panel. Okay. So I believe we defined our base point now. And if we look at this, we should see the base point now. But as you can see, it's like here on the back. I want it to be up here on this surface. So I need to move it. And so I need to measure it. And maybe it's the exact same measurement as the other one, but I don't know. So let's measure. So I'm going to measure from, let's see if I can get this right. I'm going to measure from that point to, I don't know exactly, but I'm going to say that point. And this is probably a number you could look up from Hoffman. This little trick helped me. So R is X, G is green for and Y, and B is blue. So RGB, red, green, blue, X, Y, Z. So I'm in the Y dimension. So if I look at my DY, I'm at 0.86 inches. So I need to move my base point 0.86 inches in negative Y. So I think the hotkey for that is V. And now I can move it, and I'm going to right click and do placement options. Now I can just type in my offset here. So it's going to be negative 0.86. And I think I want to say with reference to original position. Because, yeah. So I'll hit OK. And we'll see. So now it looks to me like, and I don't know if this is perfect, but it looks to me like that is right in the place I want it to be. I hope it is. It's close enough at least. So, and the reason I'm putting that base point is because that is where I want to tie my mounting panel. All right, so let's see. We got a door. We got mounting surfaces. We got housing, mounting surfaces, cover, floor, rear, side, left, good, door, inside, outside. And now we have a base point on this rear panel inside. And I believe we need to make a handle on the panel now. So let's go move the handles panel. So it comes with this handle, and we want to move the handle down here. And I guess I don't know for sure where. I'm going to assume that it needs to be on the center of that hole, which might be hard to snap to, but I guess let's just see if we get lucky. So we're going to say front. Oh, no, that's not the front because it's mounted kind of different. I believe the top is the front. There's our little ground symbol, which is encouraging. And we want to define a handle. And I don't know. It is snapping. I'm hopeful that that's the center point of that circle. So let's just try it. And I think that's good. Let's see. I took a couple of notes. I want to see. Oh, we want to do this item is fastened unmovably business. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to go to door and housing and properties. And I want to check this box. Item requires holes in mounting surfaces. I'm going to uncheck that box, and I'm going to check the box for item is fastened unmovably to a superior item, because I don't want the door and the housing to move relative to each other. So I'm going to click OK on that. And I think I'm going to do the same thing on my mounting panel. So I'm going to go to properties and do the same thing. Now, let's just look at these notes real quick. I defined field sizes. I added a base point. I inserted a handle. Now I think I need to create two macros, one for the door and one for the housing. So I'm going to right-click on this and go to properties. And I think I need to give my macro a name. So I'm going to go with, and I don't know if this is the best standard, but this is what Eplan kind of told me to do. So I'm going to use Hoff.panel catalog number underscore 3D-EMO. And I need to make sure I put it where I want it. I want to have it in this Hoffman folder, which is where I'm putting all of them. So I'll type it here, dot 3D.EMA. Okay. So hit OK to that. Now I'll do the same thing on this one. Go to properties. Oh, I need to do properties of this. Sorry, that was the wrong thing. So let's browse, make sure it's in the right folder. Just change that to catalog number and hit OK. Now I'm going to hit OK on that. Now I can come up here and go to master data, generate automatically. And I'm only going to generate this one because I don't really want to overwrite my other ones. So I'm going to do that one first. And then I'll do this one second. Now I think what I need to do is go create some parts that correspond to these macros. So I'm going to find my other one that I created under housing, mounting panels, Hoffman, and create a new part here. That's my part number. my graphical macro, I'll just go select it and hit apply. And I mean, that's not everything, right? Obviously, there's a ton of more information that I could put in here. Oh, but I want to do off dot. Let me just look at this one. I don't think I mean, obviously there's a ton more you could add, but just the bare bones, bare minimum, I'm going to do this. And then I need to set this as this part is an accessory. And then I'm going to go to my other Hoffman area, save, and I'm going to find my, where's my enclosures? So under enclosures, I should have some Hoffman enclosures. So I'm going to create a new Hoffman enclosure. Graphical macro. I want to find the second one. And I'll take that part number, place it there. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit apply, and I'm going to get an accessory, and I'm going to add an accessory, and I need to go find my part number for that accessory. And if I was smart, I'd search. So let's do 4836, and that's the one. So let's click OK. Now it should be in here. I need to choose, this is a fancy part I didn't show you, but I created earlier an accessory placement. And I just call it Hoffman mounting panel. And under the placement, I said that I want to, the base point that I want to use is this user supplementary point 1. And that, if you recall, I created a supplementary point, base point on the standoff of my enclosure or the housing, and I modified my handle of my back panel to match that. So it should take the handle and connect it to this user supplementary point 1. That's where my back panel should get mounted or inserted when I insert it as an accessory. Okay, so I need to make sure I do that. Now that I'm talking, I don't know that I did it. So let's go back to my mounting panel, CP4836. Where were we? Properties, and this doesn't seem right. I forgot where I was. Accessories. Oh, yeah, I'm in the wrong place. I want to go up here. Accessories, and I need to define my accessory placement. So I know it's this Hoffman mounting panel. So I'm going to choose apply to that. Close. So I think I've created these two parts now. Yes, I want to synchronize. So in my enclosure project, I'm going to make a new layout space and see what happens. So CSD 483612 SSR. And now I'm going to insert an enclosure, and I'm going to choose that one. Oh, I forgot to do something. I forgot to make the transparency. But let's just keep going and I'll fix that in a second. So I've inserted my enclosure. So I have my housing and my door. So if I hide my door, I should see my housing, and I can see this is my base point. So now I'm going to come in here under housing. I'm going to choose accessories. Oops, maybe I need to choose the entire enclosure. Choose accessories. Here's my CP4836. I'm going to select it, it says it's going to use this Hoff mounting panel accessory placement. Click OK. And nothing happened. Oh, no. Look at that. Now, I haven't actually checked to see if the holes all line up, but let's check. So I'm going to go to front view, and that looks pretty good. Oh, I think that looks good. Let's rotate this a little bit. Oh, it's so hard to rotate. Oh, you know what? I think that's about right. I'm not 100% sure how these are supposed to go in there, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, that looks good to me. Somebody that does this more often, like actually installing panels, could probably tell me, but that looks good to me. Everything looks lined up, so I'm happy. So let's go back to the main view. So now I have an enclosure with a housing and a door. Inside of that housing, on my rear panel inside, I have my mounting panel. And on my mounting panel, I have my front and back surfaces. So I can activate my, oh, I don't want to put things on the back. I probably want to activate the front, right? So I'm going to activate the front. And now I'm ready to place parts onto this surface. So let's go fix the layers just for consistency, right? So I'll open up my enclosure, and I'm going to choose both the door and the housing, and I'm going to go to properties, I think under format, and here's my layer, and it's close here. I'm going to choose this to be an enclosure, which automatically sets the transparency to 50%. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the mounting panel. I'll go to properties, and I'll set that to enclosure.mounting panel. And click OK. And now I think I need to regenerate my macros. So I'll generate that one, and I'll generate this one. And I don't know if I can easily make it update. It seems like sometimes that doesn't quite work. But I think if I do update and complete, it should have done it. But this doesn't matter. I'll just delete this one, and then I'll insert a new version of that same enclosure. And now it's see-through, 50% see-through, which is kind of nice, right? Then I will do my accessory, and my accessory is in there. So my back panel's in there, which is how I think it should be. So that's good. Hopefully this was helpful. I know this is going to be helpful for me. I really appreciate the folks at Eplan helping teach me how to do this. And that's it for today. Have a good day.